Hi there. So I recently looked at all my videos, my playlists, and to my disbelief, I did not have any videos on the suvat formulae. So I apologise for that. It's been a long time coming. Okay, so I'm just going to put that straight right now. So these are the suvat formulae. I'm not going to prove them for you. Okay, but what I'm going to suggest is that you certainly commit to memory these ones here. This one, to be honest, I've never used that one, so you probably don't need to either. Okay, it's handy in some scenarios, but you can solve any problem that comes up just using those four there. So those are the ones I suggest you commit to memory. Okay. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to use those for horizontal motion only. I'll do a separate one for vertical motion. Okay. So for horizontal motion only. So here's an example. A cyclist is traveling on a straight road, so horizontal motion, and accelerates at a constant rate from a velocity of 4 meters per second to a velocity of 7.5 meters per second. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to write out that bit of information. So we use letters U and V to represent the initial and final velocity respectively. So because they start with a velocity of 4, that's the initial velocity, U, and because they end up at 7.5, that's the final velocity, 7.5. And they do that in 40 seconds, so T equals 40 seconds. So I've got U, I've got V, and I've got T. I need to work out the distance, which is the letter S. We use S to represent displacement. And the idea is I'm going to choose the appropriate formula to use. So I've got U, V, T, and I need to work out what S is. Okay? Can you see which one's going to be needed? That one there. So I've got U, V, T, I need to work out S, so I'm going to use that. This one not helpful because it gives the acceleration. This one here, again, the acceleration. So you pick out the formula you want in order to work out what it is that you need. And very commonly, you get given 3 of these variables and you're going to work out a 4th. Okay, so S equals a half U plus V multiplied by T. And you just substitute numbers in. That's it. That's how our formula works. So a half times, and then it will be 4 plus 7.5 multiplied by 40. And then you work out what that is. Okay, so 11.5 times by 20. 11.5 times by 2 is 23, so 230 meters. Use your calculator if you wish, 230 meters. So that's part A. Part B, the acceleration. Okay, so find what the acceleration is. So, look, I'm just going to put right here, this is what I need. Now, if I go back to the suvat formula, okay, I can now start to use additional ones because I've now worked out what S is. I can use that to work out acceleration if I wish. Okay. Likewise, because I now know what S is, I can use that to work out an acceleration. Okay. I'm going to use that one though. I'm going to use V equals U plus AT. And there's a reason for that, so let me just write it down. V equals U plus AT. The thing is, if I use a formula that relies on this answer here, if I didn't get that correct, I'm guaranteed to get the next part wrong as well. Okay. If I use the original information given, which was U, V and T, I stand a greater chance of getting the correct answer. You see what I mean? Okay. If you do everything correct, of course, it'll work out for you, but I'm just trying to minimise the risk. I'm trying to minimise the risk of me losing marks. Okay, so I don't need to rely on that as an answer, is what I'm saying. So I'm going to use this one, 7.5 equals U, which is 4, and then plus 80, so plus 40 multiplied by A. I'm going to have to use a calculator for this now. Sorry, here we are, my handy calculator. So let's just do this, 7.5 subtract 4, that's 3.5, divide that by 40, and I get 7/80ths, or 0.0875 meters per second squared. Okay. And that's it. That's simply how the suvat formulae work. Okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again.